Hello and welcome. This is Deepak Mishra, and I welcome you all to 10 Minutes International. Today, we are going to take a topic which compares and contrasts situation of doctors in India and that of Germany. But this comparison will not be at the normal way that we always compare the working conditions, the living. It is something different. Here we see something similar that happens in India, happening in Germany. Through this article, I'll take you through what I mean, through like what I have said, what is the meaning of that. Here, you must be knowing that Western European countries like Germany, Austria, Switzerland, France, these are pretty well developed countries and have good social structure in place, a social system, security system in place, and they're good. I mean, financially also they are pretty well to do. So these countries are supposed to have uh, good living conditions and working conditions. But even in these countries, you will see that the highly qualified professionals, doctors especially, they choose to migrate to another countries. Like the story is like in India, Indian doctors who study in India, after a study, they want to move to another country, a better country where they can earn better or have good working conditions, good living conditions, have a secure place to live. Similarly, people who become doctors in Russia or say Poland or say Zimbabwe or say Mexico, they want to go to want to go to USA, some go to UK, some come to Germany. So everybody wants to go to a better place than they already are. So from uh, this mindset, even Germany is not very aloof. Even German doctors want to go somewhere better. And what is the choice? Switzerland. Switzerland is a very favorite choice for German doctors. The reason why Germany has shortage of doctors is, first of all, that not many people are interested. I mean, because medicine is very hard work, and you have to. There's very little work-life balance thing. So that's why it is not very favored profession here in Germany. Plus, there are other professions which pay you better, and you also have a better lifestyle in that. It's not a very favored profession in Germany. Apart from that, the doctors who are really good, who have trained really well, after completion or after having gaining some experience, they don't want to stay in Germany. They go to other countries. Some go to USA, or some go to Switzerland, some go to Austria. So the reason being that in Germany, the working conditions are not as good as they are in these European countries like Switzerland or Austria. We'll go through this article where the health minister, this article, let me just give you a reference. This article is from ersteblatt.de. This is a this is an official magazine which is periodically published from Ersteblatt. From Erste Kramer, the data is like official. So we'll go through this article. Uh, Here it says that Bundesgesundheitsminister, that is the health minister. The name of the health minister is Jens Spahn. The CDU is the party to which he belongs. So he says that he will die Abwanderung deutscher Ärzte und Pflegekräfte in die Schweiz und andere Länder mithilfe neuer EU-Regeln eindämmen. What does this mean? He says that through new EU rules, he wants to hinder the Abwanderung, the migration of Deutsche Ärzte, the German doctors and nursing professionals. So he wants to change EU rules to hinder this migration, this inter-European migration. So further, they have given some perspective to that, some details they have talked about. So here what he says is a very good point. What he says that, see, when German doctors leave Germany and go to Switzerland, then to fill that position, the Polish doctors then come to Germany, and then these doctors are missing in Poland. So Poland does not have doctors. So then in Poland, some doctors from say other countries, so for example Ukraine might come, then they are missing at Ukraine. to fill up that position in Ukraine, somebody from Bangladesh might go there. Then they're missing. So he wants to build barriers that person who has come from, they don't migrate. That is the point. That okay, when you are wherever you are, you stay there and you serve the public over there. So from a political point of view, I mean, he's a politician. So from a political point of view, that makes sense. That okay, everybody is treated well. But then from academic point of view or from the professional point of view, it makes very less sense. Here, further in this article, there is some data. Uh, die Schweiz ist für deutsche Mediziner seit Jahren das mit Abstand beliebteste Auswanderland. In 2017, there were 1965 originally German doctors who were working in Switzerland. Um, so that in total, the number of doctors that are in Switzerland, 60%, almost 60% have German origin. I mean, they have German, they are German doctors. The favorite countries where German doctors like to migrate is the Switzerland, Austria, and USA. So these countries are favorite among doctors. Also, what they say further is that, yeah, so this was the opinion from the health minister, and for that, obviously, the different commissions or different groups of doctors have raised their objections and protests and everything. So these things, I mean, does not seem to take form anytime soon. But that is the concern, that Germany wants to bring its doctors home. Germany wants to not let its doctors cross the borders and go to other countries. This aspect is very similar to what is happening in India, what has been happening in India. That India always puts more and more rules, bonds. They make things difficult for people to go abroad, for doctors to go abroad, so that with the hope that, okay, if they make things difficult, people will not go, people will get demotivated. But what is happening is that people who want to go are working harder and overcoming these hurdles and going abroad. What is missing? So that is the same thing in Germany. That instead of focusing on what should be focused, like what is the problem, why everybody wants to leave from Germany to Switzerland, because the working conditions in Germany are not so good. The salary that the doctor gets in comparison to that in Switzerland is not that well. So these conditions, instead of focusing on these conditions and bringing positive change, so that the work here becomes more attractive to German doctors, they are building up walls, and they're trying to make the regulations, trying to change the regulations so that doctors won't go abroad. And this has not worked in India. This has not worked in any other country, and this suppressive ideology will not work even in Germany. So even that in India, the same thing. They make bonds and make things strict, and they do not work on improving the infrastructure or giving doctors more security or paying government doctors better. So these things, they are not focused on that. They just focused on, okay, you've studied in government college, now you pay 10 lakh bond if you want to go abroad. If you've been a PG, you pay 15 lakhs. So I don't know how much it is at present, but that is a very suppressive kind of mentality that they're taking, and that is not helping. That is not had. I mean, I don't think because of these reasons, there in that, if that were true in last 10 years, the number of doctors in India would have increased rapidly, and the problem of doctor shortage in rural areas would have been solved. But it has not happened. So the problem in rural areas remains the same, and more and more doctors have flocked in the cities. And the problem is that the number of seats, PG seats, are not that high. That means the thousands of doctors are hanging in the limbo, that they have completed MBBS and there is no PG seat. There is, what should they do if they remain MBBS? They get a salary of say 18,000, 20,000, 25,000 in cities like Mumbai or Delhi. Not Delhi, Delhi. I mean, they pay well, but in Mumbai, Mumbai, that is the salary. Mumbai, Pune. So, and that salary is not good enough for even like a family to survive. And being a doctor, you would expect more. And then these doctors want to move abroad. So the government, be it India or Germany, they think similarly. They think that they raise barriers, and people will just stop dreaming. People will just stop trying because the barriers are too high. But motivated people and highly uh, enthusiastic people have proved that time and again that in spite of the huge hurdles and in spite of the barriers being raised, they work harder and then they reach their career dreams. All right, then that was the small information that I have gathered through this article, and I just wanted to bring to you that it's not like only people from developing countries want to leave the country and go abroad and work. There's nothing wrong in that, but this mindset, this situation is also in developed countries because because people are attracted to better opportunities, better living conditions, better security system, and everything. So yeah, that is this information I wanted to get to you, that Germany is not the dream destination. It is a good destination, but it's not the dream destination. And people, doctors in Germany, they want to move to another countries. So with this information, I'll stop here. And yeah, hope you guys found some useful information in this video. All right, then, bye bye, take care.